All right, let's talk about something that you've probably been feeling in your gut for a little while now. You open up your YouTube analytics, you look at your shorts, and something just feels off. The numbers aren't making sense anymore. Your performance just isn't what it used to be.
I mean, seriously, what is going on? Maybe you had that one viral short that was your pride and joy, always bringing in steady views. And now, it's a ghost town. Or maybe your entire back catalog, your library of solid content, has just hit a complete wall. I'm here to tell you you are not going crazy. And listen, it is not you. You haven't lost your touch. Something much bigger is happening here.
So here's the deal. It is not in your imagination. The algorithm has changed. And no, YouTube didn't send out a memo or post a blog about it. Sometime around late 2025, a massive, quiet shift started rolling out, and it has completely rewritten the rules for how a YouTube short lives and dies on the platform. So, the big question is, what actually happened? Well, it took some serious detective work from some of the top analysts in the game to figure this out. They started crunching the data across some of the biggest channels on Earth and uncovered a pattern so clear, so consistent, that it could only mean one thing. Let's get into the evidence they found. Yeah, the people who spotted this first weren't just random creators noticing their views were down. We're talking about the strategists behind creators like MrBeast and the Stokes twins. You know, channels that get billions of views a month. When they see a pattern across the board, it's not a fluke. They started calling it the flattening, and for a very good reason. The view graphs for all their older videos just went flat. And this wasn't just some abstract thing happening on a spreadsheet. Real creators were feeling the pain. You've got Tim Chesney, a creator with over 2 billion lifetime views, who came right out and said it. In September, all of the evergreen videos simply tanked. I mean, tanked. That's not a small dip. That is a catastrophic drop-off for the very content that's supposed to be your long-term foundation. So after all that digging, after looking at all that data, they found the magic number. And honestly, it's kind of brutal. The new effective shelf life for a YouTube short, before the algorithm basically puts it on a shelf to collect dust, is about 30 days. That's the new window. And this chart right here, this says it all. This is the 30-day cliff in one picture. Look at that difference. On the left, you've got the average views for shorts that are less than a month old. The algorithm is pushing them like crazy. And on the right, the stuff that's older than 30 days, it's like they've hit a brick wall. That amazing short you posted 2 months ago, it's basically become invisible to new viewers in the shorts feed. Okay, so that's the what. We know what happened. But the really fascinating question is, why? Why on earth would YouTube do this? Why would they devalue the very idea of an evergreen library that made the platform so powerful for so long? Well, the answer really comes down to one major competitor. You have to think about the fundamental shift here. The old way was like building a library. Each short was like a book on a shelf that people could discover for months or even years. The new way? It's a news feed. It is all about what is hot right now. This is YouTube's direct shot at TikTok. They want the Shorts feed to feel just as immediate, just as trendy, and just as fresh as the For You page. And yeah, that means your incredible video from last month is getting buried under today's news. All right, so that's the reality check. The game has changed, and our old strategies are kind of broken. But here's the good news. We can adapt. This is not the time to freak out. It is time for a new playbook. This isn't about grinding yourself into dust. It's about working smarter within these new rules. So let's break down exactly what you need to do to win starting right now. Here it is. Your new action plan boils down to 3 core ideas. First, we have to increase our posting velocity. Second, we need to shift our mindset and become a news engine for our niche. And third, we're going to learn how to repurpose our best ideas and optimize them for a totally different source of traffic, YouTube search. Let's dig into each one. Okay, step 1, velocity. You have got to feed this new freshness algorithm. The new baseline should be somewhere around 3 to 5 high-quality shorts every single week. And be smart about it. Don't just upload them all at once. Give them some breathing room, at least 45 minutes between uploads. Now, here is a critical pro tip. If you post a short and it gets that dreaded 1 out of 10 rank in your analytics, stop. Just stop uploading for 24 to 48 hours. It's a clear signal from the algorithm to take a break, and trying to force it can actually hurt your channel. Step 2 is all about your content strategy. You need to start thinking like a news engine. Ask yourself every day, what's happening in my niche right now? What's the trending topic? What's everyone talking about? That stuff has freshness baked right in. Another killer tactic, go find the most successful long-form videos in your space, the ones with millions of views, and figure out how to make the ultimate bite-sized short that captures that same magic. It's a proven concept. And finally, step 3. Your old content isn't dead, it just needs a new job. That viral hit from 6 months ago, give it a new hook, a new title, maybe some new music, and re-upload it. Bam, you're back in that 30-day freshness window. And here's the real silver lining in all this. Shorts are now ranking big in YouTube search results. This is huge. It means optimizing your titles, descriptions, and tags for what people are actually searching for isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It's a vital second chance at life for your content. So when you put all of these pieces together, the 30-day cliff, the need for speed, the focus on what's new, what does it all really mean for us as creators? Well, it points to a really dramatic shift in the entire philosophy of making content for YouTube. Here's the new reality, plain and simple. The game is no longer about carefully building an evergreen library of assets that grows in value over time. The new game is about managing a high-velocity, consistent stream of fresh content. It's less like being a long-term investor and more like being a day trader. The value of any single video has gone down, but the value of your system to consistently produce, that has gone through the roof. And that brings us to the one big, provocative, and maybe kind of scary question that we all have to grapple with now. In a world where content has a 30-day expiration date, a world where freshness is king, has quantity become the new quality? It's a tough question, and I think how we each decide to answer it is going to define who wins in this next era of YouTube. What do you think?